I'm going live. I hit the button. I'm telling you, I did it.
You sure you hit the
I
button?
know I hit the button.
He didn't. He didn't.
No,
He
no.
I think
didn't.
you
It's
pressed
not
the
live.
wrong button.
We're live.
It's not live.
It's,
I'm
we're
on
live.
YouTube right now.
Oh, well, there's a buffer there, Fabio. Mr. Fabio.
We're live.
We're live.
30-second delay, just
Oh.
like your brain.
Oh, gosh. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Game Set Live. Another week, another show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. Gonna run down the panel right now. Mr. Fabio, sir, how are you? And have you turned in your green card for a PlayStation card yet?
Well, no, I haven't turned my green card to a PlayStation card, but I will soon be doing that. No worries at all. After all, Sony will be buying Take2 and Xbox as well, of course. But yeah, always glad
How
to be
about
here.
all
Always
that?
great to be on the podcast. And yeah, what I've been playing? Basically just a bit of Halo, a bit of Fall Guys, Sea of Thieves because I just got the Halo costume, really looking nice. And I am right now installing Monster Hunter Rise and finishing up to install Atomic Heart. Yes, yes, throw your rocks right now. I haven't played yet. I will be playing as soon as this damn podcast to end. Can we end now?
No, because
No,
we got stuff to go over.
can't.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I gotta do
okay.
it.
Ish, motherfucker. Okay.
And Mr. Bushido, sir, from your hiatus from Game Set Live is over, sir. Tell me, how many cases of sexual harassment were you charged with against the nurses in the hospital?
I
Almost
will be
happened.
very disappointed if it is less than 20.
Yes, I'll be very
You
disappointed.
have to attack him with that straight out of the bat.
Yeah, but it is a legit question. I'll have to say that there was NDAs signed, so I can't give you an exact quote, but I can say at least 20 plus.
Well,
There
sir,
we go. There
you
we
were,
go.
Damn.
you were
Much
in our
better.
prayers and in our thoughts, and
I heard to the grapevine that you were hung so big that the nurses were actually begging you to put the catheter in, even though you didn't need one.
He was knocking over all the potted plants on the way to the bathroom.
so
They
Bush,
couldn't find a
I-
vein in your arm, so they hooked the IV up to your penis.
how are you doing now? And sir, have you gotten a chance to play anything while you were in? I know they let you bring your Series S in, I believe. They let you bring your
Yes.
Xbox in.
Yeah.
So a legitimate question, even though you've been in the hospital, is what have you been playing?
All right. Well, I was in a joint. I've been playing Hi-Fi Rush. I was a little critical of the game at first. Like, I don't think it's that great. But as I got further in the game, it got better. And I have to admit, it is really, really, really good. I was playing that, and I had finished a second run of Dead Space remake in there to get some of those achievements I didn't get earlier. And going back to Monster Hunter Rise, played Wild Hearts. Actually, really liked it. At first, I thought it was kind of like blah, but then as I continued to play that, also it got better. And I'm on Atomic Heart also. I just started that one too. So yeah,
No Mr. Bush for a couple weeks. That means we need to. You get to catch us up on what you think of that game, there, sir. But all
it's actually pretty good. It's fast. It's hard. So I put it. Well, oh man, I jumped. I
That's
put
what he
right to
told
that
the
best
nurses.
producer thing. Yeah, it's just another one of that
I'm
one.
fast, but it's
But no,
hard.
see,
going everywhere.
yeah, it's tough though. It's a tough game, I tell you.
Oh my goodness! And Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom himself, sir. How are you? How are things in Canada? And what have you been playing?
Boom! Yes, I am in the room, whether you want me here or not. What have I been playing? A lot of PlayStation VR lately. Horizon, Call of the freaking Mountain. Let me tell you, my arms are getting quite the workout. I've climbed more hills than at a strip joint. Let me tell you, it's crazy. Nutty stuff, man. Loving PSVR 2. And that, and what else have I been playing? Trying to get back into The Witcher, and we'll see elsewhere it goes.
All right, and our esteemed guest this week. I caught his podcast for the first time. Yes, I'm ashamed to say it. The first time this past week, and I really liked it. I thought he had a really good vibe. He was good with the mic. Wanted to bring him on the show because I thought we'd have a really good time with him. Mr. Red Wolf, sir, how have you been doing, and what have you been playing?
Thank you, and how dare you? But no, I'm just kidding. Thank you
Damn.
for having me on.
Do you know how many shows
And,
there are out there, man?
How
God.
dare you?
Oh my God,
Oh,
do I
like
know? Do I know? No,
I
that
mean-
was our debut live, so I get it. The notifications only pop up live, right? Isn't that how YouTube works? I don't know.
I mean, how dare you? Are those the first words you decide to do in your Game Set Live debut? Seriously?
Exactly. Oh, thank you. How dare you? But yeah, man, thank you so much for having me on. I'm so happy to be here. And what have I been playing? I mostly I've been stuck on Persona 5 and Midnight Suns, and I play so many games. But other than that, Hogwarts Legacy today. I was playing that today. Yeah, that game is so good. The game is so good. I try to take my time with games that I know are gonna last forever, so I don't try to binge them too much. But yeah, I'm good. Other than that, I'm good. At least pretending to be.
Well, you're a good pretender.
Thank you.
Well, that was awkward.
Wow. I was just agreeing with the man. God. Supposed to give the guests what they want. Damn.
I mean,
Killing me. Mr. Ultimus Gaming, or James Ultimus, as you will see him on Twitter. Sir, how have you been, and what have you been playing?
Well, it's back to Ultimus Gaming on Twitter. Tried the other thing that might be a little name thing I might try later, but I'm just gonna stick with Ultimus Classic, what everyone knows me as, and that's about it. Been doing good. Finally finished Cyberpunk 2077. Long playthrough. I don't get a lot of time in the day to play games anymore, so it was hard to do. But I ended up getting the best ending first go around, which was good. And it was great. Still a little buggy, but other than that, we're probably one of the best games I've ever played. Truly.
Awesome.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah. And shout out in the chat to Infinite Umbra. Wow. God. On the show under a different name, and in the chat under yet a different one as well. Killing me. And Laura Hinkle, Miss Fabio.
I got it.
Yes,
God
that's
damn
right.
it, Nuke. You son of a fucking.
Palpatine,
second.
Macbound, and the only non-show moderator in the chat, Mr. Thimber, the #1 fan. All right, people, let's get into it. First topic. So, apparently,
That's what
if,
we are talking about.
if this deal doesn't go through with Activision, Blizzard, and King, then Sony's just going to buy Microsoft's Xbox. And yeah,
Oh yeah, that's realistic.
I love seeing what these fanboys come up with, because I mean, Wikipedia is free, and you can go on there and you can see that they just don't have enough capital to buy. They didn't have enough spending capital to get Activision, let alone Xbox. But yeah, it's crazy. But hey, I'm ready for it. I've got some off black spray paint so that I can cover the Xbox symbol on my Series X and put a PlayStation sticker over it, just like I've done with the thumbnail. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make this transition. Let's go.
Well, when it doesn't happen, and you're disappointed. Xbox is
I'll be
gonna keep
heartbroken.
being the same no matter what. I found that funny though. Xbox is just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep moving along. When they do get Activision Blizzard and it's part of the family, then they're gonna, we're gonna get a lot of good games, and Call of Duty's gonna be on so many more platforms. So that's all we really need to say about it. I'm just tired of these stupid rumors as well, because I saw an article this morning. Oh, PlayStation's gonna buy Take2 to compete. If y'all didn't see that, and we all know that's also not true.
Yeah, that's
considering that
Go ahead.
considering that studio is probably worth half of what Sony itself is worth,
I believe
or those
the
studios.
sell price
worth
for
about
them is about 42 billion, 43 billion.
43 billion, so round it up a little bit, around just below half. So you see, you have that, and with their operating income, I mean, it's just it makes no sense, and it's just all originating from everyone's just getting
makes
angry because
perfect
Starfield's getting
sense.
closer.
Perfect sense,
Oh, it makes
The console space needs to be a dictatorship. There can only be one power. That way everybody's happy.
and that needs to be Nintendo.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Can't wait to see
Yeah.
Halo on Nintendo. Can you imagine that? Like, it'll look like Minecraft.
Let's be honest. If that happened, I don't think we'd really be that mad. Just speaking
No.
it, let's be honest.
That'd
I
be
don't think
dope.
we really would be. That actually would be funny.
I'd be kind of
But
pissed
yeah.
off because their hardware's so far behind.
That's true.
Yeah.
We need better hardware. We need better hardware.
They could at least add like Discord for voice communications or something.
I mean, the Steam Deck.
Something.
Come on, just match the Steam Deck already. Do that.
Or do something more powerful than that, or invest more in the console space, kind of Wii U style, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Nintendo's not going to change. They're making too much fucking money doing the bare minimum, so that's
Hey,
they're going to keep rolling.
when Switch 2 launches, then I'll go get it. I don't have a Switch now, but when Switch 2 launches, I'm pretty sure I'll have one. Because I'm gonna wait a little bit and then get back in Nintendo full-fledged. So that's my plan.
My Switch has never been. It's never been handheld. My Switch has been in the base since I got it.
It's all about that base.
I've treated it exactly. I've treated it like a console from day one.
Megan Trainor, is that you?
What?
I like how you got that reference. Anyway, continue.
Like I said before, Red Wolf has way too much charisma.
Oh goodness.
He does.
So
Wait, if Umbra is in the chat using a different name, does that mean? Wait a second. Is Mr.
That means your
Bushido the one-
doppelganger must be here.
Don't do that.
Is
podcast,
Umbra
man.
the one on the? Umbra's on the podcast right now. Oh my God, you're not Mr. Bushido.
it's
That's not
Mr. Xbox Infinite himself.
Mr.
No, that's not funny.
Wait,
It's fine. You're like,
wait.
Leave, Mr.
have a
Bushido
noise
is one of my
test,
greatest
secret
friends
thing?
on this podcast. I don't like to see him bullied.
All right, steer
Yeah,
it. Got
Appreciate that.
to put it back on the tracks. Mr. Bushido, sir.
Yes. Oosh.
Oof.
Mhm.
What do you think? I mean, going even further, let's expand this topic to cover the entire rumor. Okay, so ABK deal falls through. Microsoft puts Xbox up for sale, and Sony's first in line. Or ABK deal goes through. Microsoft is
Mm-hmm.
happy, and PlayStation buys Take-Two to counter that acquisition.
Mm-hmm. So, I have an inside source I spoke to earlier before Game Set Live, and it took a little while to clarify this, but it is categorically maybe. No. Yes. No. It's no. It's no. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
literally had me on the edge of my seat the way you
Yeah.
jerked that out.
Yeah.
You need to write
It's
screenplays,
like,
damn it.
Yes.
Listen.
To be-
When I
Let's just.
first saw that, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. First of all, I had to look at and see where it came from. And then when I looked and saw where it came from in the interview with Phil Spencer, when I saw how people was reaching for straws, I felt like just lighting the whole bundle on fire. That's ridiculous to assume that, and then to assume that they were gonna. I love how all of a sudden these insiders pop out and they're like, "Oh man, I heard that that they're gonna sell their division." After you just put out $69 billion, you are willing to sell the whole division as if you can't pick that 69 million, billion. to
What did
use the
Andy say? What did Andy say on Twitter? Pundits? Pundits?
pundits.
Pundits,
Yes,
Pundits.
yes,
Yeah, well,
yes.
there are tons of them out there now, according to him. They have so much information.
It's true. It's just true, man. And then to top it off,
Yeah.
we're like, and if Xbox does get the ABK deal, then PlayStation's gonna get Take-Two. I was like, are you kidding? Take-Two prints money. There's only but so many publishers out there that make their own money, and Take-Two prints literally their own money. It wouldn't make any sense to sell unless the company was going through issues like Activision, with the sexual harassment case and the stock falling like meteors. But when I heard that, I just couldn't stop laughing at myself. Like, wow, people are just really reaching for this, and it took its own feet. It just took feet and legs and arms, and it was going. It was just all over the internets.
And there's more than one internet. You said
Well, there's the intranet,
You heard
and
it
there's the
first.
internet,
I'm
and
hearing
the
an
interwebs.
S there. I'm sorry, you confused me. I thought we were talking about the internet here and the internet in another dimension. Okay, gotcha.
Well, yeah, that too.
Or else, while we're on this conversation, I just want to talk about selling y'all some beachfront property I have.
Oh, nice beach
Because
balls.
apparently, with how intelligent this conversation is, I think y'all would buy it.
I got a beach house in Nebraska.
A beach
Damn.
house. Wow.
Right.
Must have
Nebraska.
cost you a
I
lot.
have a
know
beach
what it
house in
is.
Alaska.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I know I don't need it.
I
But I
have
want 5
beachfront.
of those. Okay, so yeah.
I have beachfront property in Arizona. It's great.
All right, Mr. Noof Nukem. Anything to say on how ridiculous this is? Do you think Sony would actually go? I mean, I'm sure they'll approach Take-Two, and then when Take-Two gives them a number, Sony's going to be like, "Ooh, wrong acquisition," and go the other way.
An exclusivity deal, perhaps, would be the most that I could see coming out of this. You definitely summed it up in one word. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's not happening. Look, people act like Microsoft is desperate here or something. They act like if this deal doesn't go through, all of a sudden their company's going to fold. It's man, are you guys at the lunch? Do you not read? Or you can't comprehend? Are you guys? Did you not pass grade 3 yet? I'm starting to wonder about the community and some of the articles I see, not just the community but from the press. Like, there is a lot of bias. It's certainly coming through. There's a lot of just negativity and BS and misinterpretation of facts and documents and stuff like that. And I'm really getting a kick out of the fact that Microsoft is putting Sony under the 8 ball here and really like, hey, you guys are going to bring out your documents. You're going to have to lay this shit on the table. Because you are putting us in an awkward position. We're going to do this back to you. So, like, you want to play with fire, well, you're going to get burned, and that's exactly what Sony's going to do here. But I think in the large scheme of things, if this deal goes through, Sony will probably approach Take-Two to try to find some sort of leg up, some sort of exclusivity deal, even if they're going to pay a stack of money to get, say, a launch window for the next Grand Theft Auto game, which wouldn't surprise me in the least, like even a 6-month window, perhaps not a year, but even 6 months. I think the damage is done. Like, that would be huge for PlayStation marketing, to even get that much. I could definitely see something like that. But outside of that, they're certainly not going to go buy Microsoft tomorrow. If they did, if there was any feasibility at all, it would be just the games division. Like, they're not going to buy Microsoft as a company and take over Windows. It'd be just, the game division in a portfolio. But even then, like, they don't have pockets that deep. If they did, maybe they would be the one who's trying to buy Activision Blizzard. So, the absurdity of everything here is just absolutely off the chain. And some people really need a slap upside the head, man, because the stupidity out there right now is absolutely asinine.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
That's it.
Fabio, sir, what does Brazil seem to think about having PlayStation Xboxes?
Here's the thing: when it comes to Brazil, the majority of people here are much more pro PlayStation than pro Xbox, because there's a huge culture, not just like it is way more toxic culture here when it comes to the Brazilian media, gaming media, that just loves to praise Sony for everything they do and to just bash and just crap on Xbox for anything they do. Like, for example, one of the most classic examples of this was War, and Sony released God damn it, what was the name of that exclusive Dark Souls game that I just forgot?
Oh goodness.
Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And like, here's the thing. With record, people were the Brazilian gaming media were even saying like, record is bad because of way longer loading times because that just breaks the flow. People don't have patience. It's 2015 or 16 loading times were supposed to be a thing of the past, and then the same website when it was making a review for Bloodborne, and they were mentioning about the long loading times. They were saying no, longer loading times for Bloodborne are a good thing because it makes you think of the strategy that you were doing before you died, and so you can learn the way to play next. Like, so here's the thing. Here in Brazil, the majority of people are going to be stupid fanboys pro PlayStation, and there's no problem at all for you to be pro PlayStation. You can be pro Stadia if for whatever reason I care. But like Joe, please be a fan of your console, but don't be a fucking idiot about it. Because yes, in Brazil, there's actual fanboys saying that Microsoft is going to collapse, they're going to sell the Xbox division, this deal won't be going through, and that not just Sony will be buying Microsoft or the Xbox division, but they will also buy Take2. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up here.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I look
I
forward
can't wait
to
to
it.
see it as well.
Yeah, that's right. I'm tired of making a decision on where I'm going to play a multiplayer game. I want that decision to be made for me. Gee, you know what that sounds like? Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah. Hey, shout out in the chat to Palpatine showing up. Palpatine and Thember always here. We had Joanna Dark come in as well. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you for coming back.
Huge also shout out and special congrats to MacBound. Really, we all heard the news. We are so happy for you, mates.
Yeah.
Like, it may be wonderful for you.
I was getting to
your
that, Fabio. You just stole my thunder, you son bitch. What the hell?
Wow. Yeah, Fabio.
Ah, Bushido, you know you would do the same. What happened to
Yeah,
you,
but
man? We were
that's-
supposed to be the best buds.
But I have to because you took it from me too. So
Yeah.
Way to give her the old dick trick, buddy.
Congratulations, MacBound, for being a father. And if you need any really good dad jokes, I've got them in spades, brother.
oh, I got you too. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Lots of
Congratulations, my good friend.
Yeah.
I imagine how scary.
People like now.
Like,
Like Mac is an okay guy and everything. Like where's all the love coming from? Like he's alright.
Hey, we talk to him parties every now and then. He's a nice guy to me. I don't know about you.
I'll take whatever forward. That's just
Well, I think that's why Risk finally did out something about it. Because finally something in common. You have a kid too, and then he figured it out.
I got a question for Red Bull. No relation to Red Dragon, is it?
the relation of Red Dragon.
No, it's not.
Thank
It's
Jesus.
not, actually it's a play
Had to
on.
say if it was.
It's a play on. No, it's a play on some of my favorite games. So in The Witcher, they call.
I'm just teasing you, but if you were as stupid as Red
And,
Dragon, then we'd have to
oh.
kick you off this panel ASAP.
I don't think anybody's
no,
stupid
no,
with
no,
Red
I mean,
Like-
come on
like,
now.
like
This is
Hannibal. I thought you meant like Clarice.
Let's be
Hannibal,
civil.
Red Dragon, like the movie.
Dragon.
this is Game Set Live,
Let's be
guys,
s-
where the games matter and not the platforms you
Not your
enjoy them on.
platforms, yeah.
No.
And we're all
We're not talking
setting
about the
down.
No.
No,
KY
we're
Bob, we are not
We're
talking
doing it.
Bob, we are not talking about platforms.
We're not
We are
talking about platforms.
stupid people. We're talking about stupid people.
Yeah.
That's a whole different
no,
No,
topic.
but to those
Stupid-
platform holders, they may not be
No.
stupid. Just saying.
No. You. The slogan saying where the games matter, not the platforms. You didn't mention anything about.
The
stupid
guy
people,
spreads
so we
more
have the right
misinformation
to-
than herpes. Jesus.
Oh.
Shout out Brando Calrissian and Drawn TJ for
For
hopping
one
into
moment.
the chat.
For one
Draw it.
moment, I thought that. For one moment, I was scared that Paul was about to say shout out to Red Dragon right now in the chat.
And shout out
Get the
to
whole
Red
showcase
Dragon
here.
in the chat. You've just been banned. Okay, there we go.
Mm.
How about that?
About that.
Yeah.
Go on.
Ah.
Let's go.
So next topic. There has been a leak to a possible Starfield show in the middle of March, I believe, around the 19th of March. 19th to the 23rd.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't hear that.
Where
it's-
you got this? Are you making up stuff?
No. No.
He's pulling a Bushido.
No.
Yeah,
He's
just
taking
in
real
time for the
information and then
release date.
twisting it.
Got my
Yep.
sources.
Ah,
Where is this? Can you send us a link? Or is this a trust me bro?
or is this a behind the scenes?
This is
Trust
a,
me,
yeah, this is
bro.
a
My
trust me,
sources,
bro. Trust me, bro.
Is it trust me, bro? Okay.
I mean, I
Alright.
just love this podcast. I love this podcast because we get to the point where we are literally just bashing and throwing rocks at the host just because we need
Just for
That's when I
present
can't throw
information.
rocks at you.
I mean, Red Wolf. If you look in the door compartment to your right, you'll find your complimentary bag of rocks to throw at me.
Complimentary.
Is that what that is?
That was
I
cool.
thought that was like my my bag of salt that I had yet to grind in my outside.
You thought it was a-
hand grinder.
We also give you a special choice of soft drink.
And if it's Guinness, that's what all the rocks are for. I can choose either rock
Exactly.
instead.
Do you
Oh,
want
yeah.
a Mountain Dew with those rocks?
I like Guinness.
God.
More like extra
Well,
stout.
that
but
must be what this gun here is sitting. That must be.
That's right. Shoot the messenger.
yeah, right. I'm sorry, Bob. What was the subject again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Starfield.
Leaked Starfield show in March.
Starfield events.
So yeah,
Uh, Yeah. I've heard the
This is
rumor,
not-
but I don't know how much stock I could put into it. But I actually have thought that the show would be about that time, only because I still think the date for it to drop is June. I think it's right after Redfall. I've never been more excited for Redfall until this year. I mean, really, really excited. I mean, I hope that it's true because I can't wait to take a big fat bite out of Starfield. It looks fantastic, even though I haven't seen that much of it. I love Bethesda games, though. Bethesda games are a lot of fun to me, and they're some of my most favorite games that I've ever played, especially when Obsidian was still part of them. But
Oh yeah.
Oh, nothing!
Yeah.
Nothing beats sitting down playing a couple of rounds of New Vegas. Nothing
Oh,
beats
yeah.
that. Let's just be
Oh, yeah.
honest now.
Because
Even today, I
New
can go
Vegas
back and still have a lot of fun. It's still a great game.
in my
Maybe
in
better
my
call it
in my
76.
opinion, I think you still can with the other ones too. Even 4, the only problem I had with 4, it just was too freaking much to do. Like I could never, I can't believe I could ever say that about a game, but I just felt that was too much to do with taking care of those colonies and then running back and forth to do what you wanted to do, and then next thing you know, you get a message after you just left a colony. Oh, there's a colony under attack. Like, it dropped me bananas, but I liked it, but then I couldn't stand it because I couldn't get right back into the game. So,
Assassin's Creed Odyssey would love to talk to you.
Man, bro, I love Odyssey, man.
I was addicted. It was long. I put
Yeah,
over
it was
130
super
hours into
long.
that game.
Oh no, I put over 2. Yeah, I put over 2
Oh
on
my
it.
god, I'm not
200?
kidding.
Oh yeah,
Go
I did that
check
with
right
Fallout
now.
4.
Go check
But
right
I mean,
now.
going
I
back
have over
to
500 hours in those games.
Man,
In Odyssey
Jesus.
specifically.
Odyssey was just like I'm gonna say this and then we can stop. The switch from Odyssey to Valhalla was a major letdown. I'm just gonna be honest. It was like you go from the perfect thing and then it's just crap. That was my opinion.
I mean, like, but going back to the topic at hand, like, if there is, we're not going to talk a make a deep dive in this because again, this is a rumor. I'm not very into talking about rumors. But here's the thing: if Bethesda and Xbox actually announce on the Starfield events, probably it's going to be to show us more gameplay and of course the release dates, which again I stand by it, and yes, I might take a big huge L if I get it wrong, but I still think that this game will be released at November 11th, the same time as Skyrim
Mm,
was released.
I still disagree. I've heard the same March rumors myself. I heard these like month 2 ago, something like that. Um, I still take them with a grain of salt, but this is not the first time we're hearing about it, so it could be true. And I'm hoping we see it because there's a lot of one that seems to be doing a lot of work. We all know that, and I want to see what they've been able to fix and add on and do, and not only get that release date, which I don't
60
think it's
frames.
November. I'm gonna stick by that 100%. I do not think it's November in any way, shape, or form.
I believe we're going to
So,
find out
what
that it's 45 frames a second with the variable
Todd goes, "Is that good
refresh
enough?"
rate.
That's good enough for
Happy
me.
now? Yeah, it's good enough for me. Are we okay? So, are we also talking about the? It wasn't a leak. It was an actual tweet from Xbox Nordic,
Okay.
that
Hmm.
said, "Hey Xbox, April 21st. Are we still on for that date? Did you guys see this?
I did see
No.
that. And
It's a
I'm
showcase,
hearing
right?
things in the background about that I can't talk about, but I'll just say that we're gonna definitely be paying attention that day. So I'm
Yeah.
hearing all kinds of different things, but that day
Yeah,
is gonna
because
be
there's
important.
also because there was also the there was a it wasn't again it wasn't a leak. It was a studio mentioned something
Tweeting.
on their website about I think it was the publisher for Vampire the Bloodline Masquerade 2, and they
Still haven't
said
played
that
that.
they were having well, yeah, the first one, the cult classic, it was only on
Yeah.
PC. It was a it's so good. That game was so ahead of its time. I don't want to go on tangent, but dude, just grab it on PC.
I'll look it up.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good, so ahead of its time.
And when you
That was
grab it
around the
on
golden
PC,
age.
make sure you
2004
grab
was,
that new Alienware 500 hertz gaming monitor.
There you
We'll
go.
get into
Only
that soon. We'll talk about it.
$999,000 per unit. So grab it now while you
Jeez.
can.
That's right.
It'll be.
It's like
flying off
90.
the-
It's like $900.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really.
yeah, I think
really
they sell
expensive.
them on yachts. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about
No,
PCs.
I think it comes with the yacht.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Right. They're like, this yacht is running on this PC. It's powered by this PC.
Exactly.
Buy it
We
now.
can't run this
Yeah,
PC without a direct ship engine to power it.
exactly. And it's
What
plugged
the-
in directly to the
what
USB-C port. By the way, there's 8 of them. And then they get you to, like, well, buy the yacht then. Come on. But no, so the
Right.
Starfield
Huge
showcase.
disclaimer, none of a huge
sorry.
disclaimer, none of the panel members use drugs.
Yes, not no one but Bushido. He is constantly high as hell on
Mm.
life.
Gotta be to deal with that panel.
No, well,
High
it's just
on
dealing with
life.
well, the blood is only rushing in one
You're
place, so
just-
he just moves a little slower.
We are just attacking Bushido today.
Well, I
Don't
was
worry about it.
complimenting him. I was
If you're
complimenting
not
him.
doing it, I'm gonna do it. So hey,
Exactly. The self-deprecation, yeah. But yeah, so there
Okay.
was
Let me
that
see.
tweet about the showcase coming up soon about Starfield. And I don't know anything because I have said before. I said on our show that even if they said June is looking more and more likely when you're looking at the over 6 weeks, which is plenty of time to ship peripherals and collector's editions and all that kind of stuff. So if they have a showcase in March and then they say, and by the way, and Todd looks at the camera, takes off his jacket, takes off his pants, and looks directly in the camera and says, June.
What
And
show
then-
are you expecting, brother?
That's
I don't
all
know what
ever
you're
seen with
I
expecting.
mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I would
if he
love it.
does
That
that,
leather
and he
jacket,
say,
it'd be iconic.
So,
I mean,
so
I mean,
dope.
if he does
Oh,
that,
you
if
know
he
what? You know what
does
I just
that
thought
and
of?
he says that-
Sorry.
I'm sorry, the silence is deafening. What did you just
I
think
mean,
of?
I mean, like, if he just does that and says June, we think that on June he'll start a striptease career, and that's it. Like,
No, it
that's
just
it.
made me
Yeah.
think he'll take off his jacket, put on the hat, and start doing Michael Jackson dancing or something. I was thinking that. He'd start doing the moonwalk or some shit.
He would
God
do the
damn
duck
it.
face, like very sensual, like very duck face, and go Jen into the mic. Like he would just.
It's going to
Sorry if
be
I'm triggering anyone.
Or
like
or
in
he'll
June.
just get like wide open eyes and say April. I mean, just something like that. You know what I'm saying?
But on a, I'm going to terminate this topic right now. Yeah, that's right.
All respect to Todd Howard and everyone in Bethesda.
That's right. We're just playing around with y'all, like you'd
We're
listen to
waiting for
this
you,
this little show anyway. That's right.
We love you more than Fabio. Don't worry.
Oh no, we don't. Can nobody replace
What?
Fabio? But
Never.
look, speaking of, I should have bunched these two topics together, but I didn't. My bad. We broke away from it, from the first topic. And so it looks like the EU is actually getting ready to give their consent because an antitrust regulator has stepped in order to delay the ruling on the Microsoft buyout of Activision Blizzard. At the last moment, he stepped in and said, hold on. And yeah, I mean, this is looking really good. It's the NVIDIA deal for 10 years in Call of Duty, along with Nintendo. Nintendo, it's really
By the,
turned the mirror
by the way,
towards...
it's important.
Go ahead.
It's
the way,
making
it's important
progress in
to
concordance, and it's destroying arguments.
Yeah.
And then the FTC also ordered Sony to tell them about all their exclusive games. They ordered that they have to see those documents in order to help make their decision.
That's right. Pull down your pants, boy, and show me what you're packing.
What is
So many
with
parents
this?
coming
Like,
up
is
with-
this like a theme
I
today?
love this. I love this. This is what
But,
happens
like,
when I come on
it's
the show to
impor-
derail
it-
everything with just be free.
By the way,
you know, just be free.
when it comes to
That's
the
just
when it comes to the when it comes to the Nintendo deal, it's important to clarify that Microsoft has just clarified by saying that they meant that only Call of Duty will be there,
Yes.
not that all
Oh.
Xbox games.
And
will
I
be-
saw that, and
be there.
I thought that was a mistake. I thought that was just a mistake on their part. Because that didn't sound right. Because it was Brad Smith. And he had made a tweet. One of it was saying they'll bring Call of Duty, but then he said Xbox games. And I think that was mostly on him. So that's been corrected.
Next episode of Game Set Live is brought to you by Manscaped. Shave your sack or she won't come back.
That's right.
This episode is sponsored by Manscaped.
This episode is going to be the end. It's going to be the end of Noof Nukem because we're going to rip up his contract in an hour.
So, I do believe, was it you, Red Wolf, that was playing Halo Infinite the other day? That's all on my friends list.
Nope.
Somebody was playing it. Couldn't have been
I'm
Fabio.
playing right now.
Never
Playing what?
It's not installed because of that reason.
It couldn't
Shade.
have been Fabio because he never invites
What-
anybody to
wait,
play with him.
What were you playing?
Sure enough, does it?
Mm.
Okay.
Like,
wait
I'm
a
literally
minute.
confused. What were you playing?
He was playing Halo
Me? I
Infinite.
was playing nothing.
That was me!
Yeah, I was gonna say that was not
Never
me.
invites his fellow podcasters to play Halo Infinite with him.
Nope. As a matter of fact, he hides offline a lot.
It's-
Okay.
I-
Okay. I'll be
Okay,
first.
now
Okay, Bob,
now I'm
you
under
wanna
attack.
play some Halo right now?
Maybe
Bob,
I
you
just
wanna
want to
play
come
some
home and
Halo
have some
now?
quiet time, darn all of you.
Bob,
get it.
you wanna
I
play
totally
some
get it.
Halo
Don't
right
you wanna
now?
like spend more time
Yes.
away? Because don't they say that the distance makes the heart grow harder, longer, stronger?
Or maybe I've been talking to people all day and I just want some silence.
Yeah.
Hello, PETA. Shout out to Jedi Knight PETA in the chat from the land down under.
Hello, Jedi Knight Peter.
But the reason I brought that up, Fabio, is that right now, the Community Forge playlist on Halo Infinite is more popular, is getting more users than Team Slayer.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. I mean, we're talking about
That's
a staple of
You know
Halo
why is that?
multiplayer.
You know why is that? You know
Forge.
why is that? Simple. Because Forge, you can have unlimited possibilities of new maps, and this is why the community playlist is such an intelligent move for 343 to make Halo Infinite get a much better result and a much better reputation.
That's why I've been on it. It's been fun. The maps they made are great, and they're going to be adding more in Season 3. So, I can't wait.
Announced that. And
Yep, they
we're-
announced
and
we're
we'll
going to be
get
able to see in someone's room.
Exactly.
Someone's. Oh yeah.
He-
Yeah.
He recreated his room entirely in Forge. It's actually impressive. And they're putting it in the game. So,
I
can't
thought
wait to play
that was
that map.
already there, but maybe I'm thinking of the toy room or whatever it was.
The toy room, I don't think is in the collection either. These are things that are being made in Forge, but
No,
you
it's
know,
because no, they will be adding more and more maps to
Yeah.
the community playlist. No, don't worry. Like their intention is to, I think their intention is to, maybe they will be a bit have a such, mm, they will have some, how can I say, some quality features to review the map for, so they can actually put the fucking map on the community play. I'm sorry, I'm just cannot put words out of my mouth because
Yeah.
I'm playing Halo Infinite at this moment. I'm so sorry about that.
you're like a train in Ohio. You just fall over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, damn.
Damn.
No, that was pretty dark. That's my bad. I
I mean,
went a little too hard.
Fabio's probably drinking right now, just like that train driver was.
No, no, I'm literally, no,
Sorry for
literally
starting that
just-
train.
no, I'm literally just playing Halo Infinite right now. It's just because I'm playing Team Snipers at this moment, and it's quite complicated because I don't know how to play with the sniper rifle here.
Okay,
But,
Fabio,
yeah,
I'll
but-
explain it to you in a few seconds. Okay, you point and you shoot. I know this is hard, but you'll get it.
What is Thimber talking about in the chat? The Suicide Squad game killer.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's the Peppa Pig game, according to the reception I was hearing.
I was waiting for the
It has to be,
reply
right? That's the
myself.
only thing that could be better than Suicide Squad, right? It has to be.
I enjoyed
He
how
is
that game
talking
looked,
about,
but I guess I was outvoted.
It is DC Justice League Cosmic Chaos, and it looks like something my son would play.
Oh,
and
not
enjoy.
that game. Really? I thought
I'm
he
gonna
was
be playing it.
I
I
thought
don't
he was being more
care.
serious than that. Wow.
What is it, like a top?
Okay,
Thimber.
see, here's the problem. Everyone's going in expecting Batman. I know you all are.
What you talking about with the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure everyone's going and expected it to be like Batman. I swear.
Well,
that's
let's
like
let's
the biggest
let's get
comparison.
on that after we finish this subject first, because that's a
Yeah, we'll
different
get into
subject
that.
altogether.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. 'Cause I do want to talk about that myself. I wanted to ask people there.
Okay.
You guys are your opinion on it.
Okay,
But,
so-
Bobby, you want to wrangle us back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrangle us back in.
Oh.
So, this is Bob, and this is Game Set Live. No, I'm just, I'm just
Yeah,
trying I'm just trying to be funny. But
It's the 2nd of March.
I got it.
I'm
for you.
laughing.
And here you guys are saying that I am drunk. Great.
Oh, you could be. We never really know
I'm
anymore.
drinking a Diet Coke.
You know that stuff's worse for you than actual soda.
I love Diet
I'm
Coke.
drinking Zima, so I'm good.
Yeah. They still make that crap?
I guess. I don't know.
Right. But does anybody else have anything to say on the Community Forge playlist being bigger than Team Slayer?
No, it's just because it was expected. Only that, like, because 343 takes such a long time to deliver new maps for the game for some reason, and the community doesn't. The community can literally, with the tools that Forge enables you to use, which are very well detailed, you can script a map out of nowhere and with the canvas that they have available to you, of course, and you can literally make the, as we saw before, the Toy Story end this room. Like, it's just amazing. People will get to play on that because it's a different map. So quite expected,
This
to
is
be
only the
honest.
beta. This is only the beta.
Exactly. Like they will with season 3, they will be adding Forge AI for you to work on as well.
See,
So
Oh, that's
literally,
gonna
I
be
think
great.
we've
so
been
like I
through
think that
this 2 or 3 times
so
since
like
Halo
I
Infinite released. Everybody, everybody will get excited about content, and then 7 months from now, we'll be bitching and complaining about how Halo is dead again, and then they'll drop
Hey, we're gonna
some.
get
uh,
we're gonna get 3 months. We're gonna get some content now, and in 3 months we're gonna get more, and in 3 months we're gonna get more. So it's never gonna happen. So
here's the thing. The main problem with Halo when it comes to its seasons, especially season 2, was because it was once again a 6 month season with the duration of 6 months. And not just that, it was a season where for some time the main focus was for you to play alone. And like Halo is not about that. Halo is for you to play with your friends. Why can't I make squad up with my friends and play these game modes? No, just because we are making a fucking beta of a battle royale, which was Last Spartan Standing, which was fun and all, but like, why can't I play that with my friends? No, you strictly need to play that game, that mode alone. And guess what? For you to progress on the battle pass, you can only play that shitty mode all by yourself. So people were pissed. And 343 with the winter updates, they have been going back on track with what made Halo great. Not just that, but also with the community playlist. Like the community playlist, it was such a great idea, was such a great fit for them to put in the game. And I think they learned their lesson. We hope, at least, like we hope they've learned their lesson when it comes to making long time durations of seasons. Hopefully, this new season is going to be 3 months or 4 months at
three
max.
months.
Because,
3 months.
god damn it,
Red Wolf, are
I
you
just
going to
want
reinstall the
a.
game?
Listen, I'll reinstall it when they bring third person and bring an Among Us mode. Can you imagine that? That'd be so hot. And I just want
I
the
mean,
assassin animations back. That'd be so cool. I understand
I
why they did it,
can't
'cause
disagree. That part I can't
it'd be so
disagree.
cool.
yeah, no, we
But
miss
someone's gonna do it, right?
assassinations.
Can you imagine? Just
Miss
picture in your mind
elites.
a Halo game on a big player-created ship, where they can figure it out, doing tasks and whatnot. You could scrub
And then,
your armor off.
a
You can
guy secretly who has a sword in his pocket just comes behind you and takes care of you.
exactly. That'd be so
You can be.
awesome.
I mean,
Love that.
I mean, I mean, you can be sure it's going to be equivalent to like. No, actually, not equivalent. I'm sorry. I made a poor choice of words, but like, you can be sure that people in 4G have made prototypes of that. You can play the shitty mode at the state that it is with the limited resources for such a game mechanic like this to see how it goes. But yeah, like so far, hopefully things will get on track and Halo will be better than it is right now.
Okay, and that's enough about Halo. Yeah, I'm not gonna make the whole show about Halo. Next,
Again,
on to the next topic, and this is actually a an on spot review because I knew he said during the podcast last week that he was getting it the next day. I want, guys. I don't think anybody else here on the panel has one. Mr. Noof Nukem,
Yes, sir.
honest impressions about PSVR 2.
I love it. I have no issues with it. I mean, mine works perfectly fine. I will say I was a little bit disappointed that, well, I don't really know what contributes to it, but the games don't seem to be quite as clear as I'd kind of hoped. I mean, when you watch them on the TV screen, they look pretty sharp, but once you put the headset on, it still feels a bit like a little bit of a smudgy. So again, you've probably been reading some articles and people talking about this so-called sweet spot. Yeah, that takes a little bit of setting up and a little bit of tinkering, but once you get going, at the end of the day, it's night and day. If you've had the original PSVR, you can definitely see that the second model is head and shoulders above in every step of the way, from the controls to the ease of setup. And again, and I've only been able to play a couple. I've tried a little bit of the Resident Evil demo, the GT7. I have that. I've been playing that a little bit, and mostly right now I'm still dabbling with the Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is incredible. My only complaint with that game is too much damn climbing. I'm like, holy fuck. I feel like I'm getting a shit ass workout in there, man. Like reaching up and grabbing vines and rocks, and then you're sitting there with your bow stuck out and shooting all the watchers and everything else that comes along. It's crazy, but I do love it, and that is my honest opinion. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not giving it extra kudos. The things that could probably be better. I really look at a few of them. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a huge step for the first one. And I think as far as, while it is pricey, it's still probably one of the best headsets you're going to buy in and around that money when you take into consideration that the console is not $1,500. So, I mean, there isn't a lot of other options out there. I mean, essentially the only thing you have that stand alone is MetaQuest, and this, I've had the MetaQuest, and this thing, in my personal opinion, is way better. So I like it a lot. I'm right now, like I said, it's just starting. Proof's in the pudding. A lot of times, like any console, proof's going to come down to the games and how the functions are utilized. So if Sony continues to support this, gets lots of third-party support, and again, they can find new and interesting ways to utilize the hardware to its fullest advantage, PSVR is going to be pretty awesome, and hopefully the price will come down a little bit in the near future.
Yeah, it does look pretty advanced compared to the last PSVR. And is it running 120 frames a second? Does anybody know that? Yes, no.
Yeah, there is a mode for it to run 120 frames, and it just depends on which games utilize the functionality. But yes, it can for various games. You can enable that, and it will run at 120 frames. Because of the way the visor is set up. Yes, it can do that.
I heard that
And
right
you
now.
need the PlayStation 5.
Horizon's definitely not one of them. I'm pretty sure, but
Go ahead, Red Wolf.
Sorry, I was just asking. You do need the PlayStation 5 to run it, right?
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Oh.
Yep. It utilizes the USB-C connection.
Oh, and cords, right? So it still has cords, right?
Yes.
One long cord, but not an issue, man. Really not an
Just
issue.
one USB-C.
Okay, I'm a big VR guy myself, so it's interesting to hear the comparisons because I personally, I have the Quest 2 also, and I love that thing. I love it, and I did have the PSVR 1, and my first my first VR game ever was actually Resident Evil 7. I actually went out of my way to buy the PSVR 1 just to play Resident Evil 7, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. But whenever that came out, that was back when it was just the controller that you had in your hand. So then eventually I did move on.
The little pom-poms with little balls on the end?
Yeah, I moved on to that. Yep, eventually, and then Firewall came out for PSVR as well, and then I got the gun, which was so cool. I loved it. I still have it. And then I finally moved on to the MetaQuest, and I got, in my opinion, the best VR game ever, which is Walking Dead. That game and Pavlov. If anybody's ever played that, it's like it's so good. It feels so good. Like everything feels so intuitive. Like you literally, it's like when you're like, how do I reload? It's like you just reload. It's like, well, what do you mean? It's like you literally have to take the clip out, reach behind your left, pull the clip out, slap it in, cock the gun, you're good to go. Like everything, that type of experience for VR has been like top for me. And
Yeah.
Walking Dead does that a lot. And I'm sure Noof, I don't know if you're a big VR guy, then you know if you play The
Yeah.
Walking Dead, it's so good, dude.
I
It's
haven't
so
played that, but I played a lot of different VR
Ah,
games. I'm planning to pick it up probably for the PSVR 2. So it's a new and improved version of Saints and Sinners.
yes, yes.
So yeah, but I played some other military games that are just insane. Like you're literally, you take your clip out of your pocket where you have your belt clips, you stick it in, and
Yep.
you're literally cocking the hammer and all of those little things that you would do with a normal gun, and that makes it even more intense because you got zombies or you got enemies breathing down on you, and as quickly as just
I
pressing the A
know,
button,
dude.
right?
I
Like you start to
know.
get, you get frantic, right? It's like holy
Yeah,
shit.
you do like,
You
oh,
know,
and you start freaking out. Yeah, and I
you
stand
should have
up
seen
whenever I
me
play
trying
VR
to
games.
load up arrows in my damn bow when I'm firing at the Watchers the other night. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Same on Saints and Sinners when it's like you're trying to like grab a clip and like you drop it on the floor and it's like now you don't have any ammo. You gotta reach and grab it. It's like VR is so underrated with those that it's. I do agree with.
Immersion,
I
man.
think.
Immersion.
Yeah, the immersion. Yeah, like it is still very niche. I think Ultima said that at some point. Maybe it was your guys' last show. You mentioned that it is very niche, but it's one of those things where VR in general is one of those things where you can look at it on the surface and say, "I get it, it's VR." It's like, but you really don't. You really don't get it
You
unless you
gotta
do
try
it.
it. If you don't at
And then
least
you're
give
like,
yourself the opportunity,
"Oh,
and also try it with the right game, because if you jump in with
right,
somebody sets up the wrong game for you and you're already a bit queasy, like that's not a good way to start. You got to start with the right game, and
100%."
yeah, and you'll be fine. You'll be just like, Dad, this is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Fun
glad that
experience
there's some good
first.
expressions.
It's definitely a fun experience first. There's a lot of things to experience. It's just
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't think the experience is well enough to be the big thing for me. Just to be honest, I think there's just so much left to work on. And I've been able to play on some really good rigs. Um, but that's just my personal opinion. And those who
Hmm.
love it, go. I am more than happy. Enjoy what you play. It's just not ready for me.
You know what? I was really surprised when PSVR
That point,
2 was getting announced and we started getting games lineups. I was shocked that they didn't get a license for Alex. Because if you remember when Half-Life first came out, it was literally unplayable on PlayStation. If you didn't play it on PC, you had to play Half-Life on Xbox because it was unplayable on PlayStation. I believe to this day, Half-Life 2 on anything before the PS4 is still unplayable. So I thought it would have been a really like a feather and a hat, and a little jab in the side of Xbox if the next Half-Life, which only people who have VR can play, which sucks. Fuck you, Valve. Would have been on PSVR 2, and that is Alex, and it hasn't even been mentioned. So
yeah, I know they mentioned something about when before the game even dropped. You're welcome, Pete. That I remember they were saying something about they didn't want to make it a regular console game in the first place. That they wanted to bring it up another notch. Or I had the mindset of thinking that they were trying to wait for the technology to get to this point where it's now we're using RDNA 2, but that was not the case. Especially when it went to VR. I do want to chime in and say real quick. I'm surprised to see new from in the VR. I didn't peg him as a VR guy. Not
Love it.
saying that I thought less of him, but I just was surprised. I was like, wow, I didn't know he was digging on VR like that.
Are there
Because I'm not a VR guy at all.
they sell physical games for VR?
So far, haven't seen one. I mean, obviously, I have Gran Turismo, but they just added the mode. But outside of that, I haven't seen one yet, which is extremely disappointing. But the good side is at least the most of the games that are out for it so far, they're a little bit smaller in terms of downloadable size, and the price ranges aren't quite as crazy. But then, mind you, a lot of the games aren't exactly AAA full-fledged games. A lot of them are shorter experiences that can be beat usually in under 10 hours, maybe less. And for VR games, honestly, To sit there for even 3 or 4 hours with a headset strapped to your face, especially if you live in a hot climate, somewhere where it's very humid and hot, like it does get uncomfortable. It's like 'cause these are some of the issues that will not go away overnight with VR and continue to be problematic for some people. I'm down in the basement. It's pretty cool down here, even in the middle of the summer. I got it pretty good, and but like I said, you got to take a break. You got to breathe once in a while. And that's one nice thing about PSVR 2 is that again the higher resolution and the better frame rates of the lenses make it a lot easier on you to sit inside of VR because you don't feel as like you're not squinting or focusing or constantly, you know what I mean? It's just a lot better. So I'm enjoying that fact. But yeah, it sucks that the games are not available on the shelf. Maybe they will be in time, but to my knowledge, I haven't seen one. Maybe prove me wrong, but I think they're just digital right now so far.
Yeah. Well, PlayStation, I know that they put the USB-C connection on the PlayStation 5 just primarily for VR because it has the speed to transfer all the data that's needed for the headset, both video and sound and controls and all that. And I'm really sad to see that because I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but the reason Xbox still doesn't have Bluetooth is because Xbox went with a proprietary wireless networking that the controllers use and the headsets. Everything's under the same networking. The headset, the VR headset, if they had one, would have been completely wireless. If they had actually went through with development or a partnership. Everybody was saying partner with Oculus, and you were hearing these rumors go back and forth, and nothing ever came of it, and they ended up dropping it. But it's capable to wirelessly network with a VR headset at a fast enough speed to do it. It just, there's nothing that came of it, which really sucks because they had the opportunity. And I like VR. I mean, yeah, I've played a rock climbing game on my Quest. I've played Beat Saber, and I liked them, but I haven't really done anything extensive. But I enjoyed those enough to know that I would really enjoy a further VR experience. That, needless to say, if it's not on my console, I'm just not going to go lug out a separate peripheral just to play one game. So, big fail, Xbox. Thank you. But, so, next topic. Yes, Peter, I saw you bring this up in the chat, and I was going to mention it because I tweeted out the link to this video on YouTube. And it is my jam because I know a lot of people are sick and tired of hacking zombies apart. But not me. That is my jam. And there has been a 15-minute gameplay trailer, if you want to call it that, on YouTube of Dead Island 2. Yes, the game that was stuck in purgatory
Saw
for
some of that.
like, what is it? It's been 8 years? 9 years? No, this was Dead Island was a 360 game. It's been like 15 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Can't really believe it's been that long. Sheesh. Sometimes you get old.
It was stuck in like legal battles because studios that weren't living up to who was it? Oh, who owned the IP? It was not Deep Silver, right? Because Deep Silver left and went to do Dying Light.
Oh man.
Wait, but is
Dying Light? It was,
no.
Oh my god. It was. Oh my god. It's around the tip of my butthole. I can't think of it. It's the Dying Light 2 Techland.
Yes.
Techland. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. But
What was the term again?
I don't know. Man. I
It
just
is
right on the
relative
tip of his
I
butthole.
don't know. I just say things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, developers would get so far on this game, and then the owner of the IP wouldn't like what that particular developer was doing, so they would scrap it and hand it off to another developer. Problem being is that other developer would pick up the progress that the prior developer had worked on, and then the prior developer would say, "No, that's not right. We did that. You can't use that. That's our work," and take them to court. Which is why the
You
game
know what
has been
that?
absent for 12 years.
You know what that reminds me of? Duke Nukem Forever. It was something quite
Oh, can we
similar
never
to
talk about that
this.
game?
We will be talking about it.
I
This
enjoyed
game. We
that
will.
game. You just had to put yourself in a time machine and put.
Really?
Yes, you had to take yourself
No,
back
but here's the thing.
20 years,
Wait,
put yourself in
what
that
game?
mindset, and then it made sense.
I never
No,
thought
no, but
I could lose respect for you, Bobby, even for an instance.
Okay.
But for that instance that you
No.
said that,
So,
yeah, I'm
okay.
sorry.
So think about
here's
this.
the thing.
No, I
The,
did
like,
think
but
about
here's
it, and I played it for a couple of hours. It was Colonial Marines bad. Um,
No.
it was really
Not
bad, dude.
Colonial Madrid.
Yes, it was. It was Colonial
no,
Marines
no, but
bad.
like,
Yes.
Colonial Marines was rough.
Bob, here's the thing. Like, it it doesn't matter like if it was good or bad. It's preference. To me, it was quite bad, but like it had legal problems just like that because the team that was working on Duke Nukem Forever changed the engine like 5 or 6 times during the development of the thing. And when another game developer was trying to resurrect Duke Nukem, this developer said, "Wait, what are you guys doing? You can't do that because this is our work, this is our technology. You can't be working on that." Like, that's just the same thing.
So, okay.
Um,
Mr.
I can't
Bushido,
believe this even turned into a conversation.
hear
Of
me out
course
here. Hear me out here, okay?
Don't
So,
do this. Don't try to
Yeah,
defend
don't do
this
this,
game.
Bob. Don't
Oh,
don't do this.
you are in a losing battle.
Yes. Yes.
okay, the state that Duke Nukem Forever came out in.
Oh my God, he's still gonna keep going?
Yeah,
He'll,
I'm
he'll,
going to convince you.
okay, that's,
Oh, he's
So-
keep
Oh
going.
no way
that's the
you're
end
gonna
of the show.
convince me.
Oh yeah, so the state that it came out in. Say that
I'm so sad that I brought this up. I'm sorry, Bushido.
the game that we got. Let's say you got that 15 years ago, and not now. Say you got it
Noof, can you
15 years ago.
Noof, can you tell him that doesn't change anything? Noofy.
Well, 15 years
doesn't
ago, what
change
we were
anything.
used to and what we
Yeah.
expected, you would have
No.
enjoyed it.
No. No, it just was a bad game, poorly executed, and it was dry. It was even like I said. That's why I asked Noof, because I know Noof when he picked. I know when he played it, he was furious, and I couldn't blame him.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bob,
it just still felt like it was very unpolished. That it was I don't even know how to explain it with that game. It wasn't like completely terrible, but it certainly didn't felt like it lived up to the pedigree that that we had hoped that it would have been.
No, it was completely terrible too, though, Noof. But either way,
Bob,
I'll be if I have to be the
Bob,
taste for our podcast, I'll do that. You know, I'll fall on our sword if I need to. Next subject, please, because
I'm really
yeah,
pumped
I'm
about
just
Dead
not gonna do
Island
that.
2. I can't wait
Yeah,
for
I'm
Dead
not.
Island 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's get back to Dead Island 2 because that did look nice. I'm hyped for it. I didn't care before. I didn't care almost at all before, but
Really?
every time I keep seeing things for it, I think it's been pretty good. So I think yeah, I'm ready for it too. Like I keep saying, and I'm gonna keep saying it this year. This is gonna be one of the greatest years in gaming. Period. Just
100%.
gaming altogether. It has been spectacular so far. So this is only the first quarter
So much
of the
more
year.
to come, my friends. So much.
Oh yeah.
And they're using, like, what I really thought was interesting about Dead Island 2 is they're using this. They call it flesh, and like if you hit somebody with a samurai sword, like right across the side of their face, you'll cut their jaw in half, and their jaw will just be kind of hanging there, and they'll have the slashes exactly where you hit them.
I think that's dope.
And I saw the one scene next to the pool where you took with a sledgehammer and you hit the woman in the knee with the sledgehammer. You totally Tanya Hardinged her, and and she fell to her knees, and she had this great big red bruise on her knee where you had just smashed her, and her leg wasn't straight anymore from the knee down. It was great.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if this was a reference to a porn star, Tanya. Who's Tanya Harding? Is it a? Because
You don't know
going down on her knees.
You don't know Tanya Harding?
No.
The figure
I hate
skating.
kids sometimes.
Tanya Harding
Oh my
paid
god,
a
I'm being so disrespectful.
Tanya Harding paid a man to hit
It wasn't a
her.
man; it was her husband.
Oh my god, to break her knee, to try
Yes.
to break her back with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, to keep her from being able to compete.
Oh
don't-
man.
You know
what
the
a
funny part
stupid-
is, I don't even think that even if she would have done that and she got away with it, I don't think she would still won anyway. But regardless,
Yeah, she wasn't.
it was good, but she wasn't great.
No, definitely not.
Nancy
Yeah,
Kerrigan. That's it.
I hadn't seen the trailer yet for the new trailer for Dead Island 2, but I'm sure that I will play this eventually. But I still haven't finished or even truly began Dying Light 2, so I can't really, in all goodness of my heart, begin to think about.
I
Dead
got
Island
so
2.
many mixed reviews on Dying Light 2. Like, I'm talking about from people that were hyped for the game and like played what's his name? KJ. I always call him JK. KJ. He played it and he was loving it in the beginning, and then when at the end of it, he kind of soured on it. I was kind of surprised, but he still kept playing it. But he didn't sound like that he was enjoying it anymore than he initially was in the beginning. So it was kind of hard to for me to say like I can't wait to play it. The only thing I remember him saying that stuck out to me the most was if you haven't played the first one, just play the first one. I was like, wow, that's saying a lot because the sequel should be mechanically at least better. And there's certain things he just sounded like he didn't like.
I don't know. The second one definitely felt like a big improvement, especially with the patches. And once you, it is one of those games that once you start getting your skills and have that like leap ability and everything, like it does not feel great to begin with because your dude is not great at parkour, for example. So you're not leaping and jumping and spinning and flipping and all that kind of stuff just right off the bat. But once you do get your skills, you are like flying through the city. And
so you have to relearn that ability to do all the parkour and everything.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not even the same character. Yeah. So it's it's a whole thing.
Okay.
It's not even about let's gamify this guy's amnesia or whatever. Now he doesn't know how to move anymore or whatever. But the game felt great. The game felt great to me. But I just wanted to put it down because Elden Ring came out around the time that I was into it, and I was like, I can't do this. I had to choose, and I chose Elden Ring, so I had to put it down. And then so many other games came out, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it down. I got like the big. Can we cuss on this show? I don't know if we can.
Yes.
Cuss, but,
No.
yeah. Oh, the Big Dick Deluxe Edition I got for Dying Light 2. I got the Steelbook. I got all that. So like I love the game, but I didn't want to try to rush through it and finish it. So I do want to get back to it. But because of that, Dead Island 2 is sort of it's not that I'm not interested. It's just that how are you gonna play? I don't know. Like how would I try to? I don't know. You know what I mean? How am I gonna play them both? Or play one or the other when I know that a Dying Light is there. I don't know. It's a me problem. It's a me problem.
So, Mr. Bush, you really need to play the most fun that I had. And I had a lot of fun with the very first Dead Island, and that was playing.
That's all right. Yeah.
That was playing with 3 friends. 4 people.
I actually like Back 4 Blood.
Yes.
Even though a lot of people didn't really like that one, but I loved Back 4 Blood.
Well, Every time I try
Well,
to
not
play
love, but I
Back
like
4
it.
Blood with my friends,
Shiro, don't fuck this up, please. Seriously, you like back?
thank you.
Now this is the time
Podcast
where I
moderator
just don't
Fabio.
fucking like. Now
I
you
said
just
like, we mean say love. I like it.
fuck. You just fucked our friendship right now. Seriously.
Wow.
And I went back to fun. It wasn't great. I didn't say it. I said I liked
Shit's
it.
getting real in here.
Yeah, I said I
I
liked
hope
it.
you're proud of it.
I didn't
I
say
hope
like
you're proud.
Bob, like new dude. You're like new forever was great. Like no, it's not.
You said
You know, if he said he liked it a little,
new forever.
Noof Nukem forever.
yeah.
I would love a game like that. I would just love a game like that. It's just like a Arnold Schwarzenegger voice simulator for 5 hours.
Nuke him forever.
Yeah.
You see, I
I'm
put
gonna
the-
completely fuck you up. Get in the corner. Get over here. I've just reloaded my clip and I'm gonna empty it on your ugly face. Do it.
We
That's
gotta go
incredible.
to the past and say it.
That's incredible. We need to have Arnold and Stewie Griffin having tea together or something.
Just lovely, yes.
So I made some tea today, and I just wanted to see if Arnold, if you're willing to come and sit down today, that'd be great. Are you
It sounds like that would be a great interview.
God damn it.
Oh, that would be an
That's-
amazing
that's-
interview. Let's do it, shall we?
That's a good impression. Who did that? That was good.
That is
That
a
was
good
Wolf.
impression.
That was such.
Wolf
Wolf
did it.
does
I was
actually pretty good
impressed.
impressions, yeah.
All right,
Damn.
for a minute, humor us. Noof, do your voice. Wolf, do your voice.
hold on. Before this happens, I just have to say, we're not worthy. That was a terrific Peter Griffin. I loved it.
You mean
That's
Stewie?
a Stewie, but
What?
you know what?
Oh, it was
Peter
it
Griffin.
was
Okay.
Stewie. Never mind. I'm stupid.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
That was a It's because they have
Ow.
such.
I will say to
such
you,
a-
Stewie, what you want to do is get out here and make sure that you book us an appointment. We're going to go sit down, we're going to have tea together, and we're going to talk about everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah, so I was thinking that we would just have a nice little sit here with me and Rupert and you, and I just had to say, I'm trying not to fanboy, but I love your muscles. He told me to ask you about that. So what's your daily regimen as far as the workout?
Rubber baby
This is too
bumper
good. This is too
bungers.
good.
It's so perfect.
You know what?
I
I'm
bet
keeping it in
We're-
further.
we're-
Yeah,
we're-
it's
we're-
just-
oh,
it's
oh,
just-
I'm interrupting you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said a bench press, little kids like you with football heads.
You can bench me anytime, baby. Got Rupert.
It's the
let go of my
crossover I
lap.
never thought I wanted.
The one I wanted, and now I have it.
You have to say over.
Over,
Alright.
over. Sorry, you gotta say over. Over.
Over.
All right, over.
All right. You need to teach Stewie how to make them gains, how to get big muscles.
If you want to get the big muscles, Stewie, what you got to do is make sure that you climb up under Peter's shirt and bench press his titties.
Well, see, I'm trying this new formula, right? So it's called the titty B3 juice, and I mean Lois keeps me filled to the brim with juice already, but got to get my own juice somehow. So I'm gonna try that out. Thank you.
I am so recording this, putting it on Twitter,
Oh
and
my
just
gosh.
adding everybody from Family Guy. I am so doing it. I don't care.
Do the cool whip. Do the
Yes,
cool whip.
yes,
That Stewie
Thember, that
impression
is
is on point. It is so on point that if somehow Seth MacFarlane gets kicked out of Hollywood, they would call you. I swear.
Absolutely.
That's
No,
a really
absolutely.
That's a good Stewie
Thank
impression.
you.
That's right on the
Yeah,
button.
the
That is
Arnold
on
is
the-
what
on the
inspired me.
dot.
His
is
Arnold is
actually that good.
absolutely. Yeah,
God
his Arnold
damn it,
actually
man.
really impressed me, and I was like, okay, I gotta, we gotta do something with this. Oh,
Wow.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
so
Bobby.
glad I
That's my fault, Bobby. I wanted to drown out your thing about the Nukem game and then all the other times. Right? I did. Now, don't get me wrong. I was entertained, but I want to apologize for that. I think you
Alright,
should
now-
apologize for saying it was a good game, also. But we can wait to the end of the show because it takes a lot of pride to.
Yeah, let's drop that. So,
Admit
Stewie,
you're
what
wrong.
do you think of
Yeah.
PlayStation?
be sorry.
PlayStation could suck my little balls. Wait, I don't have that. When I get them, they can suck them. How about that?
And when I
When
get
they
them,
drop.
Oh, I don't know. Pandora's box I just opened. Oh, this is great though. This is great. That voice is spot on. It really is.
Thank you.
Can this just be the rest of the show? We just make this a tradition now. We just have
Yes.
Stewie and Arnold.
I mean, Rebel,
Yeah, Red Wolf
please
come
do
on
the
every
cool.
week. And he'll do the voices.
Holy shit, literature, this has been a fantastic show, guys.
Why does
What
it
you
sound like?
playing? Yeah, that's gonna be the
What?
new. We're gonna just do voice off.
Yeah, let's do the voices
Red
for
Wolf.
Duke Nukem versus Red Wolf because this is better than any other content on this channel. So.
Oh man,
Rebel,
that's not
please.
true. Everyone's like, well,
Okay,
fuck my
why
life.
is gonna
I guess
get
so.
me later. I know I will, but let's be honest.
That hurt my feelings.
You're fired.
You fuck.
Hey, if I
You're
was, I
fired.
would just shake his hand and just walk
Yeah.
away.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
we're not going to talk about the game that should have came out years ago and came out just like several years ago instead of 20 years ago because we already know that Bush doesn't like the fact that I accepted it for what it was.
oh my God, he's still talking about it.
No, I'm
Okay.
this is my segue. This is my segue, so shut up.
Well, it's taking too long.
Mr. Bush, Atomic Heart. It needs button mapping, doesn't it?
Yes. Namaste.
Silence.
Yeah, there are a few. I think it's a good base right now. Like to me, this could be a franchise or a thing. I haven't gotten far enough into it to really be able to critique a lot, but from where I've played and watched you play, appears that you're lost. But you know, I don't want to bring that up. But the game is a good base, and I think it has a nice foundation for a franchise. But I think that there are certain things mechanically that I didn't like about it. I don't care too much about everyone was saying about the story because when games like this, you just want a story that you just can move along, and you want to enjoy killing robots and destroying robots and being able to enjoy the weapons and everything like that. And I think that so far I'm not necessarily enjoying the weapons, not the way the weapons feel, but like, give me something that I could enjoy putting together or upgrade. Yeah, like I said, I haven't gotten that far into the game, so I can't really talk, but I do like so far what it is and what it can be, So for that much, yeah, I think the game is good. I have to reserve my final opinion until I've gotten a few hours into the game. But it appears to be functional.
It's got some of the best screen space reflections I think I've ever seen.
Now for UE4, it looks really freaking good. I was wondering initially.
Next to Hitman, that is really, really good.
Yeah, this is really, really freaking good. I have to admit, when I saw the videos of it, it actually looks better in gameplay, in actual gameplay. I thought the game was actually really good looking. There are certain instances you could tell it's UE4, but if it wasn't for that, I think I would have had to look it up and find out if it was UE4 or 5. It looked really good, but of course it would be 4 because of how long development time frame is and everything, unless you remaking another game over top and just transferring code. But it's just nice looking though, nice looking game.
Yeah. Red Wolf, have you checked out Atomic Heart? Beat it yet?
Oh man. Okay, so I'm one of those people that go into games completely blind, and so maybe this is my fault, but all the marketing for the game told me that this is going to be a much darker, yeah, it's going to be like BioShock, right? It's going to be like BioShock. Like the tone will be dark, it'll have interesting themes, and the story will be from what I saw, we see the main protagonist posted all over the place with marketing, and he's sitting there like he's got that grizzled look, like, oh, like what kind of suit is he wearing? He's wearing like I'm a science experiment kind of look, like I'm breaking out of this shit, like I'm ready to go, and they fucked me up. And like you see the gameplay, and you're lifting shit and throwing shit and all that. So I say all that to say, when I play the game, the intro starts, and I won't spoil anything, but the intro starts, and you're walking around the city, and I was like, this is a dope intro. I love how they're like setting up the world with this. It's beautiful. It looks really, really good. And then the character opens up his mouth and starts talking, and I was like, oh, I get it. I'm clearly playing as another as like another character. Like this character is like some shit's about to hit the fan. This character is gonna die, and then I'm gonna play as the actual protagonist in a little bit once I get past the prologue. And I kept playing, and the protagonist kept talking, and I was like, wait, I'm actually having like dialogue options. Like this is weird. And then I just kept playing and playing, and then they kept setting up that nope, I think I'm playing as the main character, and I was like, I'm kind of hating this right now. This is like really killing the vibe for me. But the game looks so good, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about any of this right now. And then I kept playing, and there's like a moment, like something really serious happens where like someone like saves your life basically, and the woman's like, help me, he's gonna die, and your dude's like, whatever, bitch, and just like does like a backflip out of the room and flips everybody off basically. And I'm like, all right, what the hell is happening right now? Like I was so thrown off by the protagonist. It really just
It was just me.
God, it
I didn't like
totally
him
threw
either.
me off.
Yeah, I
and
really
was like,
didn't like
he's
him. I
being
thought he was a
dick to
jerk.
everyone. Dude. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
to
the
everybody.
hell is this? But I have not played it since, and it's been since release day. So now that I've taken some time to have some kumbaya time with myself, which that wasn't sexual, but you know what I mean. Just take a step back and just say, you know what, I just need to sort of approach this with a different mindset. Because the gameplay was actually very, very good, and it did remind me of BioShock and all that. So I think if I approach it with a more Wolfenstein tone rather than a more darker tone like BioShock, I think that I can really get into it. But the gameplay is great. Seriously, it's just the tone that threw me completely upside down in my head. But I am very, very early in. And I like it a lot. That's my only complaint was the tone. So I'm gonna get back into it now that I understand that it's more Wolfenstein-y, Wolfenstein than
Yes.
BioShock. Yeah.
Do you have a callus on your right index finger from using the right bumper more as a primary button than any other game in history?
This is gonna sound so crazy. I love it. Anytime, this is so weird, but I play so many games that whenever I jump into a game, I'm like, of course the interact button is going to be X. I'm going to have to hold X or hold A or whatever. It's typical. And I remember playing Ghost of Tsushima when it first came out and being like, this changed it for me. Like that could be something I could get into. And then Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because I actually sort of came into Odyssey late. And I remember there was so much to loot in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I got tired of like stopping moving with my right stick to reach up and press a face button. So I remapped my button to right bumper, and right bumper was my crouch button and my interact button. And it worked so perfectly. Yes, every now and then I would accidentally crouch when I'm trying to pick something up, but it still worked. It worked so well, and I have gotten so used to that. Even Wolong, I played Wolong. I traveled to New Zealand tonight just to play Wolong, and it does it, by the way. The right trigger is your interact button, and games are just doing it now slowly just to sort of maybe switch things up or for whatever reason, but it didn't bother me at all. But I do wish that they would give people the option for people who are not who don't like it. Just give them the option. Give them the option, because I don't want people to feel like they're closed in, especially because people on PC can do whatever the hell they want, right? But we're stuck.
Yeah, we're stuck. Mr. Bush, do you have the same right bumper woes that I had?
No, not so far. I don't run into that too much in gaming. I usually try to adapt, but I do. I am playing with the Elite 2,
Okay.
so my bumper is underneath the controller anyway. It's funny. I can't play now without it like that. Like if I have to pick up my other controller, just because I can't find my other Elite 2, I'm literally sitting there like, yo, I can't stand it. When I have to reach all the way up here to press the bumper and then come back down to the trigger, it's just wow how it is now. It's like it is like second nature now to reach underneath the controller or hit your pinky finger, and hit the bumper from underneath there instead of the trigger. But no, not yet. I haven't experienced it yet.
It's almost like a learning curve because I found, because you know how you have to double tap it in order to bring up your sight so that you can see.
Yeah.
I was not, when I first started playing the game, I found it difficult to tap the right bumper fast enough twice.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Right.
just not used to, if it was right trigger, I could do it. Right bumper was awkward. And so a lot of
The right bumper thing was awkward because you had to do it twice.
Yes.
And you had to do it pretty fast. If you did it really slow, it doesn't seem like it registers, because I couldn't get it when I read it on the screen and then did it, and I was like, this ain't working. It looked like a camera shot for a second. Like it took a shot and then it went away. And I was like, wait, what? And I double tapped it again and I held on to it and I was like, oh, okay. It is awkward to do it that way, but I haven't found, like I said, I'm early in the game. I haven't found an instance where I had to hold it longer than a few seconds. I think that if I had to hold it for more than a few seconds constantly, it would annoy the life out of me.
Okay, late breaking topic. Stewie has shot and killed Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is no longer with us.
I'm so sorry. It's the only way I knew. I was like, if we're gonna be together forever, it's the only way. So I had to do it. I gotta do it. He's not here though. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Just wake up. Wake up.
That's the only way I knew.
Gosh, I love it.
Stewie, go to sleep, Stewie. Just go with Rupert and go to sleep.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a little nap. I'm just...
God damn it.
That's my man too.
Just
We ain't got
relax,
time
bro.
for a nap because we have the last topic to talk about. I do believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of unheard of from a From Software game, but we're getting DLC for Elden Ring. It's been officially announced from Software. The DLC is going to be called The Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Yep.
Now, I did not finish Elden Ring. Is there actually a tree in the world called the Erd Tree?
Well, I'd like to pose that question to Umbra because he claimed, you guys can't see my, air quotes,
We can
doing
feel,
multiple times.
We can feel them. We're with you.
Okay. He claims that he's beaten Elden Ring. So I would like to ask him, air quotes again, since you beat the game, would you be able to answer Bobby's question? Now, if he doesn't answer within the next 30 seconds, that proves to me that he has not finished Elden Ring, and
That's pretty
he's
shitty.
not only.
That's pretty shitty knowing that the podcast is on a 30-second delay. That's pretty.
Well, I'm just saying, just let me finish, and I think you might agree. I think that since he continues to copy me, I think there's only just that I, set the ramifications, ramifications, for said dismissal of his gamer card, and 30 seconds I think is playing time. Hopefully he's not asleep or doing something else, because then I could rub his nose in that one too, because I watched his crappy I'm sorry, I'm going to tangent.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
so
that's
he's
fine.
got.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's like I'm sitting right here or anything.
Yeah,
Speaking of
yeah.
Rammer, Macmound in the chat, shout out again to you, Big Daddy, for being a father. And apparently we have a crappy podcast, so can't wait to do that again on Tuesday. Have a shitty. No, I'm just kidding.
What the?
Yeah, I can't
we're
believe I
on
missed
video.
him on the show
We're on
too.
full video
I
now.
was like, "Where's Mac at?" I was like, "Jeez." I was like,
Oh, he's
"I don't have a reason to tell somebody to shut up," so I just, continued. Yeah.
Fabio, what do you think about
Gotta yell at somebody.
Shadow of the Erdtree?
To be honest,
So go
to be
ahead.
honest, I have no idea what exactly is this because I actually had never heard of it.
Never played Elden Ring yet?
Nope,
Ah,
I haven't
yeah.
played Elden Ring.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy.
Wow.
Well,
This
Oh,
really
you're
hurts.
back. I was waiting for you. I wasn't sure if I had scared you away for the tea party that we were having.
But you know what my famous line is in all of my movies? I'll be back.
I'll be. I knew he was gonna say it, Rupert. I told you he was gonna say it. Oh my God! Here we go. Sorry.
Fucking computer
Well-
crash. It's a friggin'
Wait,
Acer, but they might as well call it Acer because this fucking thing just acts like ass all the time.
I'm
Hey,
on
I
the
had-
Acer
I
as
had
well.
an
Yeah.
Acer, and I can confirm you're right.
Jesus.
Hey,
I'm on
Thumper
Acer
just said that
GTX
that
1650.
the new Elden Ring expansion is is part of Japanese culture. Maybe. Oh, he says maybe. Oh my God, how did I see the question mark there? Maybe. I mean, he might be right. He might be right. He's usually right about a lot of things, but yeah,
Well,
yeah.
As far
But he's
as
usually right about everything
Square,
else.
brother, so don't worry about it.
as far as From Software DLC goes, they have put out a lot of DLC actually.
Wow.
They have put out things like I'm trying to think of the
The
what was it called?
that, and
Ashes
there's
of
the
Yep, and there's that other thing.
there's
and
the
there's
one
that-
thing,
yeah,
the
they
other
added that.
thing. There's
no,
there
don't
was
forget
the
the
crown
dead.
of Ivory King. There was the crown of the Iron King. There was the
The Ivory
Artorias.
King.
That's what it was. Artorias. And then like the Wolf DLC, the Ring City. They put out a ton of DLC, and their DLC usually elevates the game in a much bigger way. So I'm sure that it's not just because of the difficulty. Entry level, I guess you can call it. It is not just like jump in and beat it and it's done like other DLCs because it's difficult. So I'm excited to see what they do, and because the tree is like I think Thimber in the chat said like Yggdrasil still, the life tree, the tree of life.
I'm very
that is
impressed with that.
That is a
pronunciation.
huge part of the game. Like that tree, you see it everywhere, the entire game, because it is like the main part. So. I'm
He
wondering.
says it's part of
what they're
Nordic
gonna-
culture.
Nordic, yeah, Nordic, culture, yeah. Yggdrasil. Yeah, it's where Athena and
wait a
Odin
minute.
had babies. Or wait,
Wait a
Athena's not.
I'm
Nordic.
sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry to
I'm very
interrupt you. I'm
impressed
sorry
with
to interrupt. Like, you managed to say Yggdrasil very easily, but you struggle to say culture.
Yeah. Well, listen. I'm notorious for tripping over my words when I get excited, and people think that I'm drunk all the time. But that's totally fine. I'll just run with that narrative. It's fine. That's me. It's me, baby. Drunk wolf, as Blood Wolf or Liam would say. But no, seriously, yeah, that is just my life. That is ADD, where my brain is moving 1,000 miles per hour. I'm like, I need to push these words right out of my mouth hole as quickly as I can, and then I fumble a lot. So, but yes, Yggdrasil, culture.
Behind the joystick in chat,
He's becoming a big boy.
more like the turd tree. Turd tree.
Turd tree.
Yeah.
There.
If I have to fix which guys are they then? I'm not gonna pretend as if I know because I know I sure enough don't.
Yeah.
Ted.
I don't know either.
Ted.
What's the question?
No, he behind the stick was saying that it was the wrong guides. and I was asking.
I know, because I said that Odin and Athena were banging in a tree, and I said I
He
know, but I
said
did address that
never
Athena
mind.
is Greek and Odin is a Nord, but that doesn't change things. You never know. You never know what happens in the
This is
the
just
old
like
bird
the
tree.
this is just like the music. Odie and Tina begging in the tree.
KISS, and here comes my D. Oh man,
Quiet, Stewie.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, maybe it's time for us to call it a night.
Yeah, it's time. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
was
time
getting
for
ready to do
outros.
outros.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby, take the wheel, Bobby.
Yeah,
Wait.
Bobby has the
Go,
wheel. I'm
Bobby.
just waiting for y'all to stop the chitter chatter. I don't want to be
Bobby,
impolite.
take the wheel.
No, it's your show. You be impolite.
It's our show. All right.
All right, but you're the you
It's,
formed the
You're the
head, so
buttons
yeah.
guy. You're the buttons guy. That's
so
your official
we
title.
took a show and didn't have a lot to talk about and made it almost a 2-hour show. And I don't know about you, but that's talent. And
That's because we got
Fact.
Stewie and
Fact.
what's it?
Fact.
so
Sometimes it's just like a lingering fart. You know what I mean?
we're going to start at the top of your screen, Mr. Fabio in Brazil. Sir, where can people find you at?
Well, you can find me on Twitter as FBOAmorim97. You can find me as well on Xbox as BuffonLizard8. You can find me as well on the YouTube channel of the XPN Network. And you can find me, of course, here with the Game Set Live podcast. Always a pleasure.
All right. Mr. Bushido, sir, where can people find you at when you're not in the clink?
They can find me on the Xbox, the Twitters, and PlayStation 5s. The same as Bushido N7. And only here now on the KY Bobby Show, which is Game Set Live, every Thursday night, 9 o'clock. And most of the time you'll see me in Xbox parties. Don't be intimidated. I've heard this so many times from people that you guys have really big parties. It was like 8 people, 10, 12 people in there. Listen, if it was for that, if we were closed off like that, we wouldn't know guys like MacBound and MacBound. So, we're a pretty open
Macbound,
group.
Gray Monad.
Well, no,
Gray's
Gray's a good guy. So
Really?
I'm just saying,
Okay.
like guys like
okay.
MacBound wouldn't have been
So,
able to.
I
Yeah.
like
Infinite Umber guy.
Yes, and Umbra. Yep.
Oh.
Umbra wouldn't have been able to, meet people and get a network to become the podcast prostitute. I mean, the podcast guy here today.
Mr. Bushido impersonator.
Exactly. It was weird to have your own stalker, but you get used to it. But anyway,
I do just
So-
want to say because
It's
true
metal you
love.
wear.
I'm typically in those parties
Right.
a lot that have so many people, and don't be intimidated because usually half of them aren't even talking.
That's true. A lot of the time, a lot of them aren't talking.
yeah, it's not like we're talking about anything specific, like in top secret. We're just talking about the game we're playing, or we're talking about just junk altogether. So
We're talking
it's
about
not
Better
even
than
like
a party with
I
16
mean, we just
people
don't
and
have
10 of them
much.
are all playing different games and everybody's having
Yes.
pleasant conversations.
Yep,
Yeah, well,
that
we
is
have like a
100%.
couple of times where we've all played a game together, but as I said, just a couple of times.
I can't do
Yeah.
a co-op game and have multiple people in a party because I can't concentrate what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm right there
it's
with you.
a lot of times. A lot of times it's not that hard. Well, not that hard. Not that difficult a
We're not-
game we're
not
playing.
that
But
hard
as you
all
can
the
see
time.
lately,
Yeah.
no one's been really playing because now everyone's playing story-based games, so they haven't been really in
You
parties.
can't even say the word hard now
why
without
I'm
being
not,
awkward.
to be
Boy,
honest.
them hospital charges
It's
really
fine.
got to you, didn't they?
Yeah, speak for yourself, Bushido.
Drove the
Nice.
poor man nuts.
God.
Hey man, I enjoyed it
Wah,
almost to a
wah,
degree
wah.
having my Series S. Oh, speaking of that, Rook, I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this, but you could talk trash about the Series S all you want. I am a stand for the Series S That thing is fantastic. If it wasn't for that, I would not have, and I mean this literally, trusted my wife to bring my Series X to the hospital because that's my baby. No way. It would have been too much to disconnect. But to have the S, oh my God, it was a godsend, and whew, I
Are
really
you
do
like me,
appreciate that.
Bushido, with that? Do you have to take your Series X and wrap it in like 3 blankets and then put it in the car?
Yes, if I
I
did,
do
yep,
that. I
yep,
legitimately
Yeah.
do that. I'm gonna be honest. I really do.
yeah,
Avoid the mess. Am I right?
absolutely.
Noof Nukem, sir, where can people find you at?
To find me when I'm not hanging out with you fine cast of characters. Sunday mornings, Good Morning Xbox, 9 a.m. Eastern and 7 a.m. Mountain Time. And, well, hopefully trying to get back to some more streaming on Tuesday nights in my old Gaming After Dark time slot, but I haven't been doing a very good job of that lately. Other than that, it's pretty much Noof Nukem everywhere. Noof Nukem 76 on the PlayStation Network. Look forward to catching up with some of you guys and playing some games real soon. Take care, everybody, and have a great night.
All
I
right.
think you need to start a new podcast, or at least a new little stream show called Schwarzenegger and Stewie, and see where it goes. And
We
just
should
rant
let
about
Stewie
things the
and
whole
Arnold
time.
take
Stewie
the
and
show
Arnold, yeah.
away. We should let Stewie and Arnold take away. So Ultimus, why don't you go next? I'll take it. I'm gonna commandeer the show.
All right, you're gonna finish it off with a bang.
Me and Arnold are gonna take us out.
All right. I like
All
the
right,
sound of it.
all
Mr.
right.
Ultimus
I
Gaming,
enjoy that too.
where can people find you at, sir?
You can
Cocoa
find me,
Bear.
as always, on Twitter, just tweeting away at Ultimus Gaming, as you can already see. And, just follow me if you want, follow me if you don't. Be like Infinite Umbra and stalk me, or and stalk Bushido. But that's about it.
All right. Okay.
When
if
I
you want,
noticed that he never replied. Also, I'm sorry, Bobby. I just noticed he didn't reply. So that means that he did not, and I repeat, he did not finish Elden Ring. So okay,
he didn't have the answer we were looking for. You are the weakest
yeah.
link. Goodbye.
This is not the droid you were looking
Our
for.
guest,
Move along.
Mr. Red Wolf, sir, where can people find you?
I'm not sure that he's here. I think he went to go poop again. He's got quite a silly little belly, if you know what I mean. But you could find him at Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter. That's just Red Wolf Renegade, the only Red Wolf Renegade there. Oh God, I hope I'm not screwing everything up for him. But I could tell you all kinds of silly things about him, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But yes, I'll tell him that you thanked him. Wait, that you thanked him? That he thanks you for coming on. And Arnold, please help me. I'm just so starstruck to be here with Arnold. He's sitting right there. He's sitting right there.
Just remember, I've been around a lot longer than you have. I was been around before you were even ink in your daddy's pencil.
Wow. That's a new revolutionary pencil,
God
everybody.
damn.
Ink in a pencil, not lead.
Ouch!
Yeah.
You said it. I didn't hear it. You said it. But that makes it even better. Oh man.
And this is your
Oh
host,
man, Mac.
KY Bob. Find me anywhere, KY Bob. On Xbox,
You'll find him at your local grocery store.
ONB is a 0. And you step on my outro one more time, and I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
All the love, brother. All the love.
Anyway,
Bill Russell, everybody.
every Thursday night, we're trying to wrangle this band of misfits on Game Set Live. Everybody have a safe weekend. Thank you for listening. Tell a friend, and we will see you next week. Game on.
Invite your grandma.
Goodbye, everyone.
Xbox got no games.